Yes.
I'm so disappointed. just so disappointed.
There's so much to be disappointed about. Is it the world? Is it the nation?
Worse.
What's that?
Drag Race All Stars.
Oh, yeah. No, our safe space. There's disappointment.
I don't know what in the fresh ESPN hell they're doing.
Yeah.
But this bracket shit.
I can't.
Where it's like, first week, one team, winner, goes into a bracket. Yeah. Then, next week, new team, winner, go into a bracket. And we're just going to keep going until we get 2-3 bitches at the end. And I wanted that much sports in my drag.
Right? There's basically, and they have like the equivalent of field goals.
What
you know, when they're like, but like, then it's down to these two, and then they have to vote on like who gets this extra point. It's exhausting.
You know, when I watch cooking shows,
yeah,
I don't want Terrell Owens to run through and tackle Emerald Lagasse. Nor do I want...
I don't know, maybe I do.
That might be funny.
Because that's efficient. But like the brackets thing, it's just exhausting. And the way, so everyone is like, you've got 18 girls into 4 groups that aren't meeting, except through, I guess, at the end when
we find out who I want. If I wanted to do this kind of map, I'd play fucking fantasy football.
Right.
I watch Drag Race because I just want to see reasonably attractive people do crazy makeup and put on gowns. That's what I want.
Yeah. Get this football out of my craft show.
And in case you didn't know, Juan, this is not the What is RuPaul Doing hour. Although it could be.
It could.
I am Samara.
And I am Jeannie.
And this is Talk Deadly
to Me.
Oh, Jeannie.
Oh, speaking of crazy bitches.
Are you ready to pick up on the continuing saga of Poisonous?
Yes.
Blanche Taylor Moore.
Oh my god. A collection.
So,
ugh.
Now she's just Blanche Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
She's just Blanche Taylor now. When we last left Blanche, her husband had died.
Yeah. Her father had died.
And her husband.
Mm-hmm.
3 years apart.
And her mother-in-law.
Oh, yeah. Mini spoiler, we'll talk about it later. They do think she killed Mama Isla.
I wouldn't put it past her.
The problem, though, is that Mama Isla, by the time this all comes to a resolve, died so long ago that you can't really prove it one way or another anymore.
Because any samples would have degraded anyway.
Right. But there was a heavy suspicion that she did that old woman in.
Like if I was in Vegas?
So that's where we last left Blanche. She is of 1 husband, 1 father, and probably a mother-in-law.
Yeah, most likely.
Now we're going to talk about Blanche Moore. Well, no, Blanche Taylor. She's not a Moore yet. And Raymond Reed.
Oh, that's right.
In the early morning of October 3rd, 1972, Blanche woke up from her bed on the sofa and went in the bedroom to check on James. He was lying on his side. His face was a deep purplish blue.
Oh.
One hand shaped like a permanent claw.
Oh, that is haunting. God.
When Blanche went into the room to shake a dead man awake, she's known goddamn good and well he's dead.
Yeah, I mean, everything's going according to plan.
But she went in
this
there.
This is the plan.
She went in there like, honey.
Oh my God.
Time to get up.
Oh my God. That is funny in a kind of John Waters way. Like, this is filthy and violent. And just like the brain rebels against like how casually, like you heard this man die in the night and you're going to go up and just like, we're going to play this game.
Yes.
This is what I have to do it. So when I tell the cops it's true. Right. Reptilian.
So when Blanche tried to shake James awake, he was cold. Blanche had a healthy 8 hours of sleep. If she had a Fitbit, her energy score would be in the 80s. Blanche is well rested, bitch.
Oh, it's so morbid.
But we're gonna play this game. Blanche is gonna play this game. Next, Blanche went to 14-year-old Cindy's room and told her that her father was dead.
Oh, that poor kid. I can't imagine the horror. That poor kid.
That kid knew her father was dead. She heard it too.
I know, right? I just huddled in that bed.
Would Blanche go, just confirmation, honey?
Yeah.
Daddy's dead.
I would run away from home so fast.
Mini spoiler, her daughter stayed with her to the end.
Wow.
Blanche rules her people with an iron fist.
Ooh.
They scared to run, girl.
Well. Yeah. I don't blame anyone. I don't blame her. It's easy for me to say. If I saw someone like that in real life, I'm heading for the hills, changing my name, residence.
Next, Blanche called her other daughter, Vanessa, and James's older sister, Dot. Mm-hmm. When Blanche called Dot, she told her, Dot, I can't get James out of bed.
Oh my God.
Can you come over and help?
You jerk. That's evil.
What? That other performance was for the kids. This is a different
I know, but
and scene,
you could just,
and we're doing something else.
I know. But like, if she was capable of human emotion, she would have called like the cops or the ambulance, not like, let me get your sister to come and look at what I did. That's gross.
Yeah.
And
make them find their baby brother's body.
In like horrible, like rictus, like agonized rictus.
Yes.
That's vile beyond belief.
Distorted face.
Yeah.
Swollen.
Yeah. Let me show you off.
Yeah. Blanche and her daughter sat on the sofa while James's siblings, Dot and Ralph, came over. Blanche let Dot and Ralph find James's body. Just out there. They lost it.
Of course.
I mean, this is like one of the few times I've seen a grown man cry type moment.
Yeah.
Type shit.
Yeah.
Last time he cried, he was slapped him on the ass, and he was still looking for the doctor that did that type shit.
Yeah. No one's prepared for that.
No. But Dot and Ralph, wailing, screaming, Ralph especially. James was his little buddy.
Yeah.
As Dot and Ralph were trying to come to terms with the fact that they had just walked in on their baby brother's body, 14-year-old Cindy reminded her mother to call Raymond Reed and let him know you may not be able to make it to work today, Mama. So now Ralph is in the bedroom crying over his baby brother's body.
Yeah.
And the two Taylor sisters were sitting in the living room trying to console each other. Dot called another sister.
Yeah.
And people are starting
Yeah.
The people are converging. Right? I think his body's still in there. Because everybody's just losing their fucking minds.
Yeah.
Nobody is rational in this house but Blanche.
And that is debatable.
But she's not going to do anything.
She's not.
About
Yeah,
it.
she's not. She's emotionally balanced right now.
Yeah,
the only one.
But she's not going to do anything about the rest of this shit. She's going to let them handle it, and she's just going to sit there. So Ralph was in the bedroom crying over James's body, and like I said, the two Taylor sisters were in the living room trying to console each other. Raymond came over to the Taylor home. Dot and the other Taylor sisters did their best to be hospitable under the circumstances.
Yeah.
They've been seeing Blanche cutting her eyes, looking at Raymond, spending too much time over there after his divorce.
Yeah.
And they've suspected Blanche of hoeing for a long time.
Yes. Oh, please.
Like,
Small town South.
you know, even Mama Isla told her, look,
Yeah.
quit.
It's an open secret.
Yeah. And so, they're under the circumstances, this is, oh, you want to bring us Sancho?
Really? Really?
You
Now?
really going to bring us Sancho over? But, being hospitable, they asked Raymond, would you like some coffee? Raymond was like, don't bother about me. You got a lot going on. Dot was like, no, please. Would you like a cup? Have a seat? Sorry we're so out of sorts, but
Yeah.
brother's body in the bedroom.
Right over there.
Those equally terrifying cries right now are from our grieving oldest brother.
Yeah.
The terrifying cries from 8 hours ago were him dying.
Yeah.
A lot of terrifying cries.
Poor Cindy. Poor fucking Cindy.
Cindy's just as stoic as Blanche. But I think because maybe she doesn't have a choice.
No, she's 14. There's only one person in charge of me now, and it's Blanche.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever you have to do to survive, kid.
So Dot still being hospitable, she's trying to works her way in the kitchen. She's putting the kettle on, getting the coffee. She's shaky. So this is a shaky cup of coffee, but she's trying.
Yes, yeah.
She's trying. So as Dot's doing her thing, Raymond goes next to her, opens up a cupboard, just gets out a coffee cup.
Oh. Very familiar.
Dot is not gonna make a scene. No.
No.
Although if there was ever a time to make a scene, why should Ralph be the only one making a scene?
Right.
You can make a scene, Dot. You've been wanting to claw this bird bitch's eyes out for years. Now is the time. Now is the time.
But no. Did she?
No, sadly, she just raised his eye.
Disappointment.
She just raised an eyebrow and took this as confirmation of what she had been moving around town.
Keep that powder dry.
It was, suspected that Blanche was fucking her boss. That's why she always had the company car.
Yeah.
Perks that a head cashier don't get.
Yeah.
So Dot was just like, yeah, I knew it. This bitch called her Sancho.
Yeah. Ew.
In the months immediately after James's death, and once Raymond's divorce settled, Blanche and Raymond began dating more openly. However, they did their level best to keep their relationship a secret when they were at work. Worst kept secret in all of Kroger.
I know, right?
Everybody knows, bitch.
Yeah.
Everybody knows. Just like everybody knew she was fucking the stock boy. Like everybody knew she fucked the butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker.
Yeah.
We know.
Exactly.
But
at work, they're going to act like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That they don't show up together.
In the spirit of the HR laws, but in total defiance of them.
They don't show up together. They don't always eat. They always eat lunch together. They always leave together, usually to the same house.
Yeah.
His car's parked out front of her place. Come
Yeah.
on now.
They just don't call each other sweetie at work.
Exactly, no affection. And, yeah, like I said, worst kept secret in all of Kroger history. Even though they were a couple, the pair maintained their individual independence. Raymond kept his apartment for a while, and then he eventually moved into like a double wide trailer park thing.
Oh, nice.
Like a single guy,
Double wides are nice.
Not like a middle-aged singletons community.
Oh, nice.
Because there are women,
a bachelor community.
Yeah, but there are women that live in the park that are like always trying to hook Raymond up with other women that they know and shit like that. So in my head, this is like, because Raymond's approaching 50. So I'm like, this is like middle-aged singleton life.
Right?
For back then. All the singles in one community.
Yeah.
And their trailers. And Blanche kept the house that she shared with James for a while. Eventually, though, Blanche would earn enough money from James's estate to make a down payment on a new house. A better house. Crosstown house. Within a year of James's death, Blanche cut all ties with the Taylors after 21 years.
I mean, I'm sorry that, like, she's keeping Cindy away from them, but good for them.
The Taylors would see Cindy and Vanessa around town.
Oh, good.
And they would invite them to family events, but they wouldn't come.
Oh, yeah.
After a couple of years of just being politely slighted and ignored, the Taylors stopped trying with Cindy and Vanessa.
Yeah.
Which is sad. They may have wanted a relationship with the Taylors, but Blanche won't let them.
Yeah. That's sad.
And they know better.
Yeah.
Vanessa's like 22, and she's still not going to defy her mother.
But, poor kids.
None of my research gave us a lot of information about how Blanche was as a parent. But considering how controlling she is with everything else in her life, I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Hurricane Blanche.
Indeed.
While Blanche was starting her new life without James, Raymond was having a hard time after his divorce was final. Yes, he was happy to be dating Blanche, but he had a rocky relationship with his ex-wife, Linda. And some of those problems spilled into the relationship with his sons, Stevie and Ray Jr. But Raymond was determined to make sure that he always saw his sons. He didn't care what a dick he was.
Yeah.
Fucking boys, you coming over here. He started a coin collection for them.
That's something.
And he always, like, when he would get a new find, you know, whatever, he would always get one.
Yeah.
Get
Hey, it's
two.
a way to connect.
And he's like, and this is going to be your inheritance one day. See, I'm creating legacy for both of you.
Yes. Affection.
But, considering the time and space that Raymond Reed grew up in, it is actually quite sweet that he is trying to maintain that.
He's actually
because
doing
a lot
something.
of men of his era would be like, oh well, I'll get a new one and just go get a new bitch and like make new kids and act like the other people never existed.
Yeah, basically.
He is trying, damn it.
Yeah.
I'm
invested in you.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think as awkward and stupid as some of it probably was, it is commendable.
It is.
For a man of his era. But in time, Raymond and Linda would actually become friendly.
Oh, good.
They were both invested in being good parents to their sons.
Yeah.
So after some of the bitterness wore off, they were just able to be good friends.
Yeah.
And co-parent these boys and usher them into adulthood. And we'll talk about it much later. I think they did one hell of a job. You ready? It's time for Blanche and Raymond versus Kroger.
Go Kroger!
This is the only time Jeannie Mahaffey will ever cheer for a corporation.
I can do it. I am multifaceted and accepting. My tolerance stretches this far.
Now, Raymond Reed is a man of routines and no hobbies.
Oh, God. Oh.
When he wasn't hanging out with his boys.
Yeah.
I guess
the coin collection is sort of a hobby.
I mean, and that's just barely.
I know.
I feel like...
but I will let him have it in his desert. His desert of an imagination is so profound. I will let him have this as a creative outlet. He has to arrange things, Samira. In order, maybe. It can be any order he likes. The mind is open to possibilities.
I just feel like coin collecting is stretching the limits of
It is.
body.
To like a Salvador Dali level, yes. But it's all he's got.
You know what? I'm not going to fight you on it. Fine, he likes coin collecting.
It's a color.
It's one thing in his very beige world.
Right.
He just must see everything in sepia.
He has no imagination whatsoever. I would not put... yeah, he's colorblind profoundly. In the worst way.
So when he's not hanging out with his kids or looking for coins, I guess, sure. All Raymond wanted to do was get up in the morning, go to work, come home, eat his TV dinners in front of the TV, maybe fuck Blanche, go to bed.
Oh my God, frat boy. He's left his stable marriage.
Yes.
And I have a feeling if he would just like lighten up a little, she would have like been with him to the very bitter end.
Oh, hell yeah. Linda would have stuck around if Raymond could not be Raymond.
And the paterfamilias, the head of this family, is now like in his bachelor's trailer eating TV dinners in front of the TV, mind you.
Yes. He takes that very literally. It's a TV dinner. It must be eaten in front of the TV.
Oh.
That's all
he's falling apart.
And he fucks Blanche.
Yes.
That's it.
That's a nice thing in his life.
The only problem in Raymond's life is he has no problems at this point.
I don't know. I think he might have a few.
He would tell you he has no problems.
I can see why he would say that. Bless his heart. Bless his heart. Oh, good for what's her name? What was his wife's name?
Linda.
Good for Linda.
He's a very nice man. He's just incredibly dull.
Oh boy, yeah.
But he's perfectly lovely.
Yeah, he is a square. He's indeed a square.
So, the only problem in his life is that his Kroger store wasn't hitting his numbers.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a problem.
It is a problem. It is a problem. It is not a Raymond problem. It's not a mismanagement of the store problem. It's more of a geographic problem of where the store is like situated.
Okay.
Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, and who's opening nearby?
Right. You know, mom and pops, yada, yada, whatever. In time, the district manager, a man named Kevin Denton, was sent into the store to review the books and determine how the store could be turned around. Like Raymond, Kevin was a Kroger man through and through.
Oh my God.
Raymond is pushing 50. He has been with Kroger since he is 14.
Yeah, that is a long relationship.
As a bag boy. A bag
Back
boy.
when you could do that.
From bag boy to store manager in a lifetime.
Hey, it's a trajectory.
Hey, he had a goal once.
Did he? Did he? I think
Kroger manager. And he achieved it.
He did.
And then he stopped.
Yeah, he did. Oh my gosh.
Poor Raymond.
Yeah.
Now, unlike Raymond, though, Kevin Denton was a college graduate who came in as a manager. Unlike Raymond, who was just going to spend his life in the grocery business.
Yes.
14 bag boy. He's 50.
Yep. That is, I can't imagine.
Yeah, so there's a little, Kevin thinks he's a little bit better than somebody like Raymond.
Yeah. Yes.
Because he didn't have
college boy?
Yeah, he didn't have to start in no bag boy.
Yeah.
I came in as a manager.
Credentials.
Right. What you got, a Kroger degree?
Oh my
Kroger
God.
University, sir?
I can see Raymond as like the Bane in this situation. Because since he was 14, Kroger's half raised him.
Yes.
They owe him. my mind is most blown, I guess, in like this day and age by like, since you were 14 to the age of 50, you're with the same company and you've progressed.
Yes.
Mind blowing.
It is. It's a different time, girl. The 70s were a different time.
I keep trying to call it the 19th century, the 20th century.
Yes. Now, where Raymond was a good manager. Mm-hmm. He's kind, but he is
firm
and friendly. Kevin is the kind of manager that liked to scare his teams with surprise visits and allowing his presence to be disruptive to the day-to-day business.
Oh, yeah. What a pain.
When he wasn't playing the part of scary district manager, ooh, Kevin liked to disrupt work with dirty jokes. A lot of, air quote, locker room humor.
Yeah.
Kevin liked to brag to Raymond about what a good-looking guy he is. That's right, Kevin Denton. Look at this jaw. This jawline.
Right?
Look at the flat front crease on these 1970s professional bell-bottom adjacent slacks.
Straight out of the University of North Carolina, Greensboro.
Yeah, the shoulders. I'm built like a Frigidaire, and you can't stand it.
So this has turned into wrestling. He did a shoot on him. So that's his style. He comes in, ooh, yeah.
Like, I don't know, why would you just sit there with one of your management team and be like, I'm a good-looking guy.
I know, that is weird. That is so inappropriate.
Look at me and look at you.
That is like low-key sexual harassment.
Oh, Kevin Denton is a serial sexual harasser.
Equal opportunity?
Look, he just sexually harassed Raymond in a way that he doesn't even know that he's been harassed.
Yeah, they didn't have the vocabulary for this back then.
But he doesn't know he's been harassed.
I know, the poor thing.
He just knows this is weird.
I don't like this.
Poor Raymond.
We're not laughing at you guys. We're laughing with you.
It's like poor Raymond.
Yes.
Poor, dull.
He does not deserve this.
Raymond. He just want to raise them boys and eat sweetie dinners and fuck a bird lady.
Let him. Just let him.
He don't want to talk about your dick or whatever the fuck is going on with you, Kevin.
Ugh.
And Kevin would tell him, Raymond, guy as good looking as me,
Yes,
can fuck any woman that I want.
Oh,
Bam! Bam! Bam!
Not the bam, bam, bam. It's so gross.
Why?
Why do you have to say these things? Ooh, just like, could you imagine the look on his face? Like, who does this?
Just imagining Raymond sitting in the office trying to eat a ham sandwich. Like, what's
Jesus Christ? Why won't you stop talking? The TMI of it all, dear God. This is vile.
Kevin Denton is a horrible, very not good person.
Yes. Oh, God.
He's awful. I've never felt so bad for a middle-aged white man in my life.
Oh, that's bad.
Like poor Raymond. Raymond. He's too dull to know about these things.
I know.
Quit trying to be colorful around this gray man. He can't take it.
Nor should he.
Raymond felt that somebody in Kevin's position should behave more like a professional.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now, Kevin told dirty jokes to everybody. But he was especially aggressive to the women in the store.
Oh, gross. Oh, I can imagine.
Everybody thought Kevin was a jerk and a creeper. No one likes this man.
Yeah, that goes without saying.
Yeah. So did you tell me about his jawline again?
Ugh.
Tell me some dick jokes.
Not again. Like, those poor people. All for, like, a paycheck.
Kevin going around the butcher department like, I got a hot beef injection for you.
Oh, God. Not the puns.
You know he's doing that shit.
Dad joking. Filthy dad jokes.
You know he thinks he's very clever.
Of course.
Very,
because everyone,
clever.
all of his lives have gone, ah.
Right, because they don't want to get fired from the fucking Kroger.
Ugh.
But Blanche, she couldn't stay away from Kevin.
Oh, Jesus. It's like a piranha finds a barracuda.
Right? Oh, Blanche and Kevin made a game out of, they would go to the photography department, right?
What?
And they would look for newly developed, unprinted film that had like a little red tag on it.
Yeah.
That indicates that there's nudes.
Oh my God. Ew!
Back when you took things to the photomat and somebody could actually see your pictures and print them.
Yeah.
Before technology let us do that.
They would look for nude pics?
Yes.
As like, ooh.
And
this is a game to them.
So the negatives for the nudes would be tagged because not I guess depending on the franchise or whatever, wouldn't print nudes. So you give the person
there might be decency laws here that we forgot about.
Right. So they would give the person the negative that they paid for.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't print the photos.
Yeah.
And that's why they would get little red tags on them. So they would just go in the photography department, look for things, the little red tag, open them up,
Ew.
hold it up to the light.
Ew!
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
And they would just stand there and look at people's nudes in the light.
Oh my God. In Kroger.
In the Kroger.
I mean, it's bad enough they're doing this, that they're invading people's privacy. This is so gross.
In the Kroger.
In the Kroger. Yeah. In the Kroger. In the Kroger. We're big old perverts in the Kroger. This is so weird.
Seriously. And Raymond just gotta watch while his girlfriend flirts with their weird, creepy boss.
Who harasses him.
And everybody else.
Yes.
Everybody's being harassed but Blanche. I think she's harassing them right back.
Right.
It's an asshole crime. Let them two go. Leave the rest of these
nice It can't be adjudicated. It is what it is.
Leave the rest of these nice people alone and let them...
When they're together, they're keeping each other busy.
But how awkward is that? You're watching your girlfriend flirt with your boss. Yeah. And pry open the envelopes to see the nudes of strangers.
Gross. I don't know. I can't. I just... Like, my faculties won't make it there.
70s porn, y'all. 70s porn.
Truly. No, they could have gotten magazines. That's gross.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, that they did not have to, like, actually violate people. That was a choice.
Blanche has seen everybody in town naked. In 1977, the Kroger company closed the Burlington store where Blanche and Raymond worked. Raymond was demoted to assistant manager and transferred to a different store just over the border in Virginia.
Yeah.
Blanche transferred to a store in Greensboro and was demoted to just being a plain old cashier.
Wow.
She was very upset.
Yeah. Transferred and demoted?
I mean, they didn't need it.
Ma'am, you are so lucky to have your job.
You're lucky it's the 70s.
Right? It's like we found your low-key embezzlement on the books, but we can't pin it to you.
Right, probably.
Yeah.
So Raymond would move again, and this time it would be to the Durham store.
Nice.
In Durham, he would be store manager again. He gets command of his own store once again, and once he's there, he transfers Blanche over to his store.
God!
Where she can be head cashier.
Dude, you were almost home free.
Yeah. Well, she hated not being she hated being a regular cashier for one. There's no power and glory in being a regular cashier. And she doesn't like being separated from Raymond. Mm-hmm. I can't call it, girl. I can't call it.
Yeah.
All they do is talk about the Bible and eat TV dinners.
Right.
Girl.
It's a purely physical relationship.
It has to be.
Right.
There's
no there there. I mean,
they'll be together about a decade, though.
wow. Well, that's about her tolerance level, it seems.
Hey, she kept James for 21 years.
She did.
Blanche fought and schemed and fought tooth and nail to get transferred over to the Durham store. Of course, and Raymond's going to make her head cashier again. In 1983, another transfer meant that Blanche and Raymond and Kevin would now all be working at the same store.
No.
So this is one of those, like, big district stores where, like, the district manager has his office.
Yeah, Durham's nice. It's a nice little city.
Yeah. So, like, the district manager would do district manager stuff on site. Like, they don't have separate offices anymore.
Yeah.
Type thing.
Some mothership store, satellite stores.
Yeah. The one that gets to have all the meetings. So they have, like, Denton is Kevin is...
the one with a conference room.
Exactly. So, now that they're all in the same store, Blanche is like white on rice, moth to a flame girl. Raymond saw all of this flirting and ignored it because he trusted Blanche for reasons that I will never understand.
She has a way, it seems.
And because Kevin is the boss, what's he going to say? Hey, quit putting her harassing my clearly into it girl.
Yeah.
It's awkward. It's Aki-boo. It's Aki-boo for all involved.
Yeah.
Raymond and Blanche still operate like they're not a couple, even though it's the worst kept secret in all of Kroger history.
Yes.
And one day, Kevin asked Blanche, what's the deal with you and Raymond? And Blanche said Raymond is not her boyfriend anymore because he was too short and he let himself get fat.
Short and fat?
Yes.
Oh, that is cold.
But Raymond is still her boyfriend.
Yeah, but no.
By this time, Raymond, like I said, he's in his late 40s. And he has never been the kind of guy to take up fitness or do anything other than
collect coins
and eat
TV
dinners. Is way too much saturated fat, high cholesterol, salt.
Yeah.
Because it's called a TV dinner, so it must be eaten in front of the TV.
No, right? No lateral thinking here.
This very kind, gray man.
Yeah. Chauvinistic.
True. But like,
it's not the greatest sin on earth, but that's why you're divorced, dude.
Yeah, because you're right, Linda probably would have stayed. No, Raymond's only vice was work. So, at this stage in the game, Raymond has taken to carrying a micro-cassette player with him at work so that he can record conversations and create the most accurate store and employee files ever known to corporate America!
Oh my god. He's spying on people in order to have accurate notes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Like, he is, like, this is a vision for the future. I will record everything you say and think.
Yes.
Oh my god. For my notes.
At the Kroger. He takes groceries seriously, girl.
Dang.
It's all he's ever known. All he's ever known is the Kroger. He was born a Kroger. Gonna die a Kroger.
Kroger for life.
Kay walking.
Oh god.
Raymond would gangbang for Kroger. I feel like he would.
I feel like that'd be more like a shuffle.
Yeah, he would gangbang for Kroger. Fuck you, Safeway. He would do it. He would do it.
Winn-Dixie.
That would, you know what, if there were like gangster ass grocery wars, he would truly be alive.
Yes.
For the first time in his life.
Purpose.
Also, for reasons that I don't understand, he would like to marry Blanche.
Um, I know it's so against his type. This mouthy, independent, scary lady. Yeah.
I can't call it.
I know.
I can't call it.
It just doesn't make sense.
And he could not understand why Blanche would not just settle down with him after all these years.
Yeah.
Remember, they're together like a decade.
Yeah. Unmarried.
Yeah. Unmarried and living apart the entire time. They never cohabitate.
Yeah.
They pretend that they're single at work. And then they take turns going over to each other's houses.
Yeah.
Fuck. Or for in Blanche to cook for him. Because you know she does all that shit for him.
Yeah. Or else he would die.
he might, just, girl.
He would just stop eating. Yeah.
You don't know how to work the OVN.
Right.
You don't know
Toaster complicated.
Yeah, he don't know how to do that. For her part, Blanche was circling Kevin Denton like a hungry shark that had just found a whale carcass.
Happy day.
Oh, she's looking for an affair, girl.
Yep.
I mean, Denton's married, kids, yada, yada, yada.
It's never stopped her before. Why would it now?
Right, but he's like the ultimate boss.
Yes.
She's already...
District manager.
She's already fucking a boss.
Yeah.
Now she wants to fuck...
his boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
If she can find a new boss after that, she will go for that one.
And in front of him.
Yes.
I don't know what kind of weird cuck fantasy she has, but I don't think this is how it's traditionally done.
It's the Blanche special.
Oh, God.
Right?
Run if somebody says, give him a Blanche.
Listen to your vegetables, and that's nice.
So, being the perv and serial harasser that he is, Kevin took this information about Blanche and Raymond no longer being an item as a serious come-on.
It was. It absolutely was.
He's a pussy hound.
Yeah.
You can't dangle some pussy in front of a pussy hound.
I recognize that as consent.
Yes.
Yeah.
And in the world of Kevin Denton, a serious come-on is serious business.
Yes. Yes. Ugh.
This added another layer of worry and woe to Raymond's poor, narrowed, stooped shoulders. Just imagine his horrible posture.
Yeah.
But only at the end of the day.
Yeah.
He's ramrod
like a turtle. Yeah.
Like during the work day. And then it's just,
like, ugh. Curls in.
The women of the store were coming to tell Raymond, well, Kevin's a grab-assy, nasty-ass son of a bitch.
Yep.
He was grabbing asses, pulling nipples.
Ugh.
Rubbing coochies.
I know they were that bold, but
He's out here rubbing cooch.
Yeah. Ugh.
Rubbing his boner on people.
So gross.
And some of the women had confessed that they'd even had sex with him because they were afraid that if they didn't, they'd lose their job.
Yeah.
So for every woman that said that she had sex with Kevin because she wanted to keep her job,
yeah,
you had a bunch of others like you will draw back a bloody stump. I swear, for God, if you rub your boner on me,
yeah, I dare you to fire me
because I will kill you in this program. You and your jawline. Yeah. But Blanche liked to keep herself in the middle of these two reactions.
Mm.
She likes flirting with Kevin, but then pulling away when it gets too hot.
Mm-hmm.
Coming in and running away.
Ugh. Yeah. Quite the coquette.
Sometimes the teasing between Blanche and Kevin got so hot that once Kevin told Blanche that she had been thinking about him when spending the night with a friend. See, her and her girlfriend had been having a sleepover, walking around in our bras and panties.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. While looking at Playgirl magazine.
Oh my God, Playgirl.
Yes, ma'am. And Kevin and Blanche are alone in the back of the store having this conversation about Blanche. I don't know why I think she wears grannies.
Yeah.
White cotton bra, high-waisted panty. Goes past the navel. But she tried it out there like it's hot.
She doesn't know any better. She's
Maybe,
a simple gal.
Maybe it was for them. I just imagined it being very silly.
It is. The thought of a grown woman. Yeah. So hot to trot.
So they're in the back in the store, and Kevin got so hot and bothered thinking about Blanche looking at dicks that he invited Blanche to feel his boner.
Ew.
Grab it. Grab it.
In the back of the Kroger.
This is a bread.
It doesn't seem sanitary. I mean, at least take it out into the parking lot. Go in your car. You're adults. We can't tell you what to do, but don't do it in the back of the Kroger. Have some respect.
No respect for people's food. No respect for people's
Or
food.
their workplaces.
No respect for anything.
Right.
Not. Right next to the English muffins.
Ugh.
He's feeling up her puss. She's rubbing his boner.
Moaning over my muffins. Stop.
But then she runs away coquettishly.
That's so gross.
Leaving him blue-balled and confused. Kevin Denton is not a clever man.
The blueberries.
He's just like, what happened? Why we don't make fuck? I don't understand. You touch the boner, we make the fuck.
Right? Isn't that how it works?
I feel like that's his inner monologue.
Yeah, such as it is.
You know what? He is very gray in a very different way than Raymond.
Yes.
But they are both equally boring.
Yes. It's susceptible.
It's 1985 now. They've all been working in this soup together for 3-5 years.
Oh my God.
Just Raymond constantly watching his long-term partner and love of his life trying to fuck his boss. When she's not gossiping about other stuff. Blanche was having a hard time with diarrhea and sleeping. She always says she's got diarrhea. I don't know why. Of all the weird pseudo fake ailments to give yourself, why that one?
Interesting.
But she got horrible guts, horrible gas. If you got diarrhea like that all the time, like you did, you're like, Jesus, you're a mess, Blanche.
Yes.
And people still fuck her.
I can't tell you what men think.
Raymond doesn't know. You know when he thinks somebody puts the TV dinner in the oven, that's what he thinks. Somebody that is not him puts the TV dinner in the oven. And I think that's as far as his imagination will let him go.
And then it's on coins.
Her settlement money from James's death is starting to run low. And even though she's still working at Kroger, Blanche worries about money and her station in life. She also often complains to her friends that as much as she likes her job, there's no real future in being a head cashier.
No.
You can't put gossip in your 401k.
No.
Blanche would frequently lament to friends that when they hit retirement age, Raymond would have a pension and some savings to look forward to, while she had nothing to retire on after all these years of service.
True.
I don't like agreeing with her for some reason.
I mean, she'll get Social Security if you want to disagree with her.
Yes, I do. Very much want to disagree
Have
with
it! My gift to you, that bitch gets Social Security.
Good.
She doesn't get the pension or anything because she'll never be an executive.
Right.
She'll never be a manager.
Right.
For whatever reason.
Okay, I feel better about that.
You're welcome.
Now I feel better about disagreeing with Blanche. Just after Christmas 1985, Blanche called Raymond to tell him that her house was on fire.
What?
Her house is on fire.
Did not see that coming.
and that she had just called the fire department.
Good.
Raymond jumps in his car. He goes to her place to check, finds Blanche trembling in her work clothes. Raymond did the very best that the sweet gray man can do with comforting people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's very there.
Yes.
Lots of soft pats.
Yeah.
There, Blanche.
It'll be okay.
There. Blanche, so when he's trying to comfort her, Blanche turns on her heels and walks into the burning house.
What?
Yes. The house is still on fire. The fire department has contained it.
Mm-hmm.
It is managed.
Oh,
it is not going to spread.
Okay.
But she still walked into the burning house. I don't care if they do have it contained. Don't go in there.
That is so crazy. It's like off-putting.
People are so afraid of this woman that nobody stopped her. She knows the cops. She knows the fire people. They know who the fuck Blanche Taylor is.
I know. And I just imagine her. She's not running in after a puppy or her cat. She's just like the Terminator. Dun, 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 dun. Just gonna walk back into this shit. It's like there's some evidence to collect. I don't know.
Ain't nobody gonna tell this bird bitch not to go into her own house.
Yeah.
These grown-ass men who carry guns and lethal water hoses and axes are afraid of this woman. So afraid that they will not stop her from going into a burning building for her own safety.
Yeah.
Because stopping
Let her have her way.
is scarier than whatever the fire may do to her.
Yes.
They let her go. Blanche is gonna play.
Oh, that's so weird.
And then Raymond goes with her.
Dang.
Well, he can't. He's probably afraid not to let her feel supported.
I know. Also, he probably couldn't live with himself. She walked into a fire and I just stood outside and watched. She's like, she's not gonna outman me. I may be whipped, but I'm not that whipped.
I too will walk into this terrifying burning building that I know is contained, but I still feel that's terrifying.
Yeah, I'd be beyond nervous. Just the fumes alone.
Blanche and Raymond go into Blanche's bedroom to find that all of Blanche's undies and lingerie stacked in the middle of the room and set ablaze.
Oh my god.
Fire started with her underwear. Hot in the pussy D.
I know. That is such a strange setup. That is so childish.
Then, without blinking an eye, also cheap synthetic panties.
Oh, the smell.
And I'm just saying, cotton takes longer to burn. It wouldn't have gotten if she wasn't out here wearing this cheap synthetic shit.
Right.
Take care of yourself, Blanche.
Love yourself a little more.
Right? Come on now.
Yeah.
Anyway. Without blinking an eye, Blanche turned to Raymond and said that a pervert had broken into her house and set her underwear on fire.
Just a pervert.
A pervert.
Just a wandering pervert.
She saw him in the backyard. He said he was out riding his four-wheeler and got lost. But Blanche not never heard no four-wheeler.
He's a roving pervert, I tell you. Oh my god.
The authorities agreed that it was arson with sexual overtones, but nobody was ever able to find the pervert.
No, I think we do have an identifiable pervert here. Your Honor. We put Exhibit A, which is this lady here, who is, I tell you, a pervert.
Well, they haven't found her mysterious four-wheeler pervert.
Oh my god.
Not the pervert that looks at strangers' nudes at work with her boss. Not that pervert.
Yeah.
It's a very different pervert.
This is a roaming pervert. A lone pervert.
Just
on his four-wheeler, wandering the earth,
breaking into ladies' houses and light their panties on fire
in a pile.
He can sniff the panties out. He can always find the panties.
Went straight for them. Nothing else.
A few weeks after the fire, Blanche went to work and said that she needed some time off. Raymond was okay with giving her the time. That's fine. You know, he was like, yeah, the fire, that's a lot. You're pooping a lot. The diarrhea is back because she's so nervous from the fire.
Yeah.
And so you can have the time, but I need a doctor's note saying that your poops are bad or anxiety or because Raymond is by the book. He wants to give her paid sick leave.
Yeah.
He needs documentation. He has a recorder. He knows what you said.
Yeah. That's right. I am the panopticon.
And so, in addition to saying that Blanche was, that, you know, the doctor would say that she's unable to work and recommend that Blanche move out of her home instead of her building. According to this doctor person. I think Blanche wrote the shit.
I know, hired gun.
But instead of rebuilding, Blanche just sold the house. It was scorched in that one room, but it wasn't beyond repair.
Yeah.
She decided not to repair it.
Yeah.
Sold it as is, pocketed a fuck ton of money, and bought herself a brand new double wide to her daughter Cindy, who's now like 22.
Oh, poor Cindy. Oh. How unlucky.
Why won't you just leave me alone,
Let
Mama?
me live my own life.
Mama. No, Mama, no.
Oh, God.
Now, they don't mention exactly how much money she got for the sale of the home, plus her insurance, yada, yada, yada. But she had enough to buy herself a brand new double wide, like I said, near Cindy, and had enough left over to start a small business with her daughters and her sons-in-law flipping remodel trailers.
Huh. Well, she did something constructive then.
Once settled into her new home, Blanche had her daughters and their families over for lunch every Sunday after church. This is non-negotiable. Ain't nobody allowed to have no plan.
Good Christian woman. Huh.
Yes.
She's saved. She goes to church every Sunday.
What does the Lord say about boss boners? Thou shalt not
But am I gay?
rub up on your boss's boner in
No.
front of your boyfriend at work.
But I'm not gay. And I go to church every Sunday.
Right?
Basically. She's saved. She's saved.
Sanctified.
Sanctified, purified, chosen.
Once, one of her son-in-laws brought a friend with him. And as they ate homemade chicken and dumplings,
I bet it was good.
everybody says Blanche was an amazing cook. Her food will
I
kill
believe that.
Her food will kill you.
True.
It's amazing.
Yeah. It'd be a great experience.
You roll that dice however you want to. So, over lunch, Blanche was preached to this handsome young stranger, passing on Jimmy Swaggart's wisdom and seeing the Lord's love in people's faces. Jimmy Swaggart's her guy.
It makes sense.
She likes Jim Baker too, but I think she's more of a, what do they call them, swag hags?
Yeah. I don't know, crooks of a feather. Swag hags.
You're like a lady Jimmy Swaggart head, or you're a swag hag.
I think in her case it's kindred spirits.
Yeah, probably. But she loves her some Jimmy Swaggart.
Do you like swag hag?
So when lunch was over, the young man goes into the kitchen with Blanche. He grabs a towel, and he's going to help Blanche clean up the dishes, clean up the kitchen. Thank you for your hospitality, ma'am.
Yes.
This delicious Sunday lunch. Sounds like a nice young man.
Yes, raised right.
Blanche looked at that man and said, you know what you need?
Oh dear.
You need a really good blowjob.
Oh my god, lady. That is sexual harassment.
Everything ran back inside this boy.
Good kid.
Everything back inside. Back into the cavity.
Yeah.
Don't let her touch anything.
You're in danger.
She's swag hagging at you 1 minute.
Yeah.
And then she's talking about you need a good blowjob.
That is quite a 90-degree turn.
And he's like, pardon?
I was not ready for that.
Pardon me?
I know. Poor guy.
I like what you even say.
Oh. That's flabbergasting.
And so when he asked for clarification, because this
What? I could not have heard that right.
this middle-aged woman did not just offer to blow.
What kind of job? What kind of job?
Yard job.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yard job.
New job.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah.
I'm gonna double check in, but she said yard job. Yeah. Yeah. And so she's like, you heard me, honey. A young man like you probably running around these young girls. They don't know a good blowjob. If I went down on you, probably kill you. You couldn't even handle it.
Excuse me?
What, Talia? What? Thank you. You're welcome. She said that man needs a good blowjob.
Lord.
From her? Yes, Talia, that's disgusting, I know. Like, not blowjobs specifically, but then from her, it's horrifying. And she said she sucked the chrome off that shit. He couldn't handle it. Damn it.
Oh my god.
So he made some polite excuses to his friend. My pager's going off. They didn't even have pagers.
Yeah.
My pager's going off. I need to make a call.
I mean, it's angels.
Something on my CB radio.
The mothership is calling me.
He got out of there so fast. Vanessa, Cindy, and their husband was like, what you think Mama did?
They know she did something.
What?
What did she do?
They never asked. They know better.
Right?
When I say she runs her children with an iron fist.
Yeah. They could only questions spoken very quietly behind her back.
I told you, they don't talk about how she was as a mother, but I can imagine.
Yes. Very mommy dearest.
Blanche being away from the store on sick leave gave Raymond a bit of space to think more clearly about the relationship. Because she's not hovering over every aspect of his life for once.
He's getting some clarity.
Yes, Blanche had always been a little bit odd and high-strung, anxious, such a little bird lady.
Yes.
Everything about her is very pinched and tight. And one of the little cheapy birds.
Yes.
And she's a bit mean. Yeah, she can be
like a
very
cheapy
mean.
bird. She's an angry bird.
But some things that she said just didn't make sense. About a month after the fire, Raymond was off to pick Blanche up so that they could attend evening service together. Mm-hmm. She'd been on him for a while. Gotta come to evening revival. He didn't want to.
Right.
Because, he's a good Methodist or whatever, mm-hmm. and Blanche does that old time religion.
Yeah, that primitive.
That fundamentalist, charismatic, tent revival shit.
Yeah, he's like, I'm here to be bored for an hour.
And, yeah. This from a man who thinks salt is too spicy.
Oh, my God.
It took her some convincing. It's a lot for him.
He's very boring.
But, as they were getting ready to go to church, Raymond thought that it was weird that Blanche could attend hours-long tent revivals, hooting, hollering, singing at the top of her lungs. Remember she used to do that Bible.
This is a woman who
busking.
Badly needs a nightclub.
And yet, no bowel problems. She don't got the shits. But the problem for her sick leave was that she had diarrhea so bad
Yeah.
and she couldn't work
But she can go to the tent revivals.
and rock out to the Lord. But you can't come to work.
Yeah.
No poops. At no time does she show any... I don't think she actually gets diarrhea. I think it's just something she says.
If that's a chronic condition for you, it would be a problem at a place like that.
Yeah. And I think it's just something she says and nobody wants to talk about poop, so they're just like, whatever, Blanche.
They'll just, okay.
I don't need to talk about your...
It's like the kind of problem we can have without looking like we have a problem.
Right. And nobody wants to talk about poop.
It's so true.
Not like that, at least.
Yeah. It's like, oh, have a good day. Feel better. Yeah. Bye. I gotta go. I gotta leave this conversation.
Exactly.
About poop. Bye.
Nobody wants to talk about that. Now, as they're driving to go to church, Raymond looks at the rearview mirror and notices that Blanche's trailer is on fire.
God damn it, Blanche. Why?
Raymond's like, oh my God, Blanche, trailer's on fire.
Is it the pervert?
Of course it's the pervert.
The pervert returns.
He's driving, he's like, your house is on fire. And she said, no, it's not. He said, Blanche, there are flames coming out the bedroom window.
Not again, not
so
the
like
bedroom.
he's turning around like, Blanche, look. It is on fire.
I can't believe my eyes.
No, she said it was the sun reflecting.
No. So she like, no, shut up. I need this whole thing to burn down.
She expected Raymond to keep driving. It's just a reflection. Let's go. We're going to be late for revival.
Oh my God.
He's trying to do a 3/4 turn to get to her burning house without causing a head-on collision in this trailer park.
Oh my God.
And she's like, we're going to be late for revival. Let's
Shut
go.
up, woman. Get the hose.
And then he's like, but I see the flame in the window.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when she was like, oh, wow. Looks like it is. Now the fire is too big for her to ignore now.
Shit.
No more sun reflections. And of course, like I said, Blanche decided it was the underwear pervert.
God.
The fire was starting, but Raymond was able to put it out with the kitchen extinguisher.
Nice.
Before it got too bad.
Good for you, Raymond.
And then...
Acting normal.
And there's an unattended lit candle sitting at the foot of her bed, surrounded by a bunch of panties.
As simple as that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. I'm like, there's nothing I have nothing in the chamber for that. It's so fucking weird.
It was the pervert.
The pervert bandit.
It was the
pervert underwear the pervert panty bandit. Yes.
Because
the fixation's the panties. That is the through line. That is the true story behind these attacks. The pile of panties. Panty arsonist. I like that better. It's the panty arsonist.
It's going around.
We don't have to say pervert anymore because that is understood from panty arsonist.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very weird. So she's decided.
So weird.
So she's decided that it's him, and then a month later, she got her second insurance for a house. Her second insurance settlement for a house fire.
Oh my God.
Now, Raymond is a dull man.
Yes.
But he is not a totally dumb man.
Yeah.
He had questions about the first house fire.
Yes.
It was hinky. And that's
weird.
And nobody was ever able to find the panty arsonist. He wonders if there is a panty arsonist. Is the panty arsonist real, or is he something I just made up?
Right?
But he knew for a fact she had to have set that fire in her fucking trailer.
Yes.
It was sitting right there.
Occam's razor.
He did not see her light the candle, but god damn it.
It's her candle.
It's right there.
Yeah.
In the house. Next to her bed. She had to have done it.
Yeah.
Right before I got here. And she just didn't want me to turn around so the shit could burn more.
Yeah.
But, like so many other people, Raymond's afraid to talk to Blanche about it.
I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny, but it's not funny, but it's funny.
He will respect her privacy and personal space. He will respect her boundaries and not talk about the arson that he witnessed.
Twice, or did he not witness the first one?
He didn't witness the first one because he just
walked into that one.
Yeah, he just walked into a burning building with her that time.
Definitely by the second panty arsoning. I would be very suspicious as well.
But he ain't gonna say nothing. He's scared. I know, Tanya, he's scared to say anything. Blanche is a very scary bird lady.
Evidently.
On the rare occasion when Raymond would vent his frustrations about Blanche to a few of their co-workers, Raymond said that he hoped that if he married Blanche, she'd settle down and quit being so high-strung.
Vain wishes.
And then the room would go dark. One person would lose an eye like a crone and be like, Raymond, beware, beware.
Oh my God, the witches from Macbeth.
Yeah. The universe is trying to warn this man.
She kind of is a Lady Macbeth.
Yeah. The universe is trying to warn this man.
Yes. It's doing its part.
And you know what he said?
What?
The only thing wrong with Blanche is that she's nervous and a little high-strung. Yeah. She sets house fires, Raymond.
I know. Wake up. Wake up, Raymond.
You can put the TV dinner in the oven yourself. You really don't need a third party for this.
Exactly.
Push the button.
Or find someone new.
But, you know, Blanche is, I guess, the hottest girl in the holler or something.
Are you so invested in her now? He blew up his life for her.
I mean, Linda was going to leave him no matter what, so,
True.
You know, Blanche was willing to blow up her life with James, but she killed him instead. Eventually, Kevin, the district manager, forced Raymond to cut Blanche's leave short, and she was forced to come back to work.
Oh my goodness.
Well, nobody else likes it when Kevin rubs his boner on them.
He's getting lonely and frustrated.
Who's gonna look at the weird porn negatives with him? It's Blanche is in the store. None of these other squares like to do the shit with me.
I like that he has enough self-respect not to do this alone.
Mutual assured destruction.
Exactly.
I know, Tanya, they're awful. So, when she got back to work, the first thing she did is run into Kevin's office and tell him, "Oh, Mr. Denton, I am just feeling so sexy today."
Oh my God. As simple as that.
I don't know what's wrong with me, Mr. Denton. I'm just so horny all the time. And if I was a man, I bet you I'd have a hard on.
Oh my God.
To which Kevin is like, this is an open invitation to stroke the puss.
I mean, basically.
Which he did. And he's like, no, that's too soft to be a hard on, darling. This is a hard one. So they're feeling each other
out
up.
Of a Playgirl.
They're feeling each other up.
Yeah.
Basically.
Like teenagers.
In the office.
Again, the disrespect of it all. You are whole grown people. You have your own homes. You have vehicles. You have options that don't involve your co-workers. Ew, don't do it.
Rubbing boners and puss in the produce section.
I mean, by this age, you should be over it.
Everybody's over 40.
Pathetic.
Everyone is over 40.
If these were like some seniors in high school or something, if these are children, they're gonna have their little rebellion. They'll be like, "I'll never do that again."
Not only is everybody over 40, everybody is married and has children, which means they have had sex before.
I know, it's so dumb.
It ain't new.
It's so disrespectful.
They so disrespectful. They so disrespectful. Disrespecting these hoes.
Disrespect
Disrespecting these hoes. And your produce.
Ew.
Take that, meat department. Oh, they're just nasty.
Truly, it's unprofessionalism.
A week after this, Blanche went to a lawyer and filed a lawsuit against Kroger for sexual harassment.
Oh my god. Let me guess, she's confessing.
No, it gets
against her. Okay.
She's filing. She wants Kevin dead. She's filing suit that he sexually harassed her. I submit they've been harassing each other for years. Yes.
And she's certainly been harassing people for years.
This is an asshole on asshole crime. Leave
is.
everybody else out of it. As long as they're mutually harassing each other, they're leaving everyone else the fuck alone.
But no.
Now she goes to.
The nerve. I mean, I can't fathom how you get the nerve to do that.
Yeah. Gonna rub your boner. File a lawsuit.
Exactly.
I
need funds. What am I going to do? Whose life am I going to tear apart? His.
Yes. Not that he doesn't deserve it.
I know, but
I just don't want it to be her.
I know, it's the coldness and the calculatedness of it all.
I want it to be any of those other women in that store.
Standing up for themselves.
And be brave enough to stand up against him and that corporation.
But no.
Goofy ass Blanche. Now, as was the practice in the 70s and 80s, the lawyer told Blanche that part of the process of getting her suit started was to see a shrink. To establish a medical record that she had physical and emotional complaints. Okay.
This is thorough. People should see shrinks on the regular. I'm just wondering, like, what it's like to capture a Blanche when your profession is the human mind.
You just kind of like perch on your desk and just at it. That's all she understands. Yeah. Because I think as a therapist, a Blanche would just be terrifying.
Yeah.
That's all you can do is just kiss at her.
Yeah. Happy thought.
That's that. So this lawyer takes her case on a contingency basis, which means they just get a cut of whatever money they're able to win.
Yeah.
When Blanche went to the lawyers, she didn't tell Raymond that she's planning to sue the pants off the only home he's ever really known.
Oh my god.
He's been in Kroger his whole life. And she's gonna ruin it.
Yeah.
In the Kroger. In the Kroger. We are being big old perverts. In the Kroger, we look at your nudes in front of your food. In the Kroger.
So we're just gonna let Blanche and Raymond and Kevin be weird together for a while.
Let them fester. Let them fester in their stew.
They're going to continue to harass each other and be put upon. It's very weird. And we're going to spend some time with the Reverend Dwight Moll.
Oh my god, another Reverend?
Yes. But an actual one.
Okay.
An actual for real pastor.
Okay. I don't know. That's better. That's better. I won't be that snarky.
A week before Easter, Blanche got a call from her sister Temperance.
Yeah.
Temperance's husband was not doing well. He was losing his battle with cancer.
Aw.
And throughout their marriage, every Easter, Temperance and her husband made this pilgrimage to the little bitty hamlet in North Carolina where he grew up to attend the sunrise service at Easter.
Oh, that's sweet.
This would be the first year in their married life that he was not able to make the pilgrimage.
Aw, that's sad.
But Temperance wants to attend in his stead. I mean, she went with him anyway, but she doesn't want to break the tradition because he is still with us for now, and
Yeah.
she wants to, like, take that memory, or,
Yeah.
that's a sweet thing.
Yeah, it is.
And she asked her sister Blanche to come for moral support. Like, moral support. Okay, girl.
I know. Well, she probably knows a different Blanche than we do.
This is very true. This was when Blanche laid eyes on the Reverend Dwight Moore.
Poor Reverend.
That morning, Reverend Moore preached the sermon of Simon Peter
Oh,
against the backdrop of a gray, silver, yellow sunrise at an old town country cemetery nestled up against the woods.
oh my God, that is so Southern Gothic. I need a fan.
But, like, everybody says
I can
that
taste the
setting,
sweet tea. Jesus Christ.
the setting for this service.
Yeah. The cemetery, no less.
Oh, yes. As he preached the story of Simon Peter.
Nice.
From her seat in the back, Blanche liked what she saw.
Oh, ugh. The disrespect to the Lord. They always have she has to do this shit in public.
Now, Dwight wasn't the kind of pastor that Blanche usually liked. She could take one look at the man and tell he had never cast out a demon in his life.
There's no spiritual backbone here.
But-
He's no match for me.
But she did like the soft, insightful, yet strong way he handled the sermon.
How dare you have an interesting quality in thought. Damn you, Blanche. Stay a monster.
Like a pastor that is, like,
Yeah.
both strong and is compelling.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
a good reason to be like, okay.
It is a great reason.
Yeah.
I'm mad it's hers.
At one point in the sermon, Dwight was making a point about how usual it would be to hear a rooster call in the middle of a bustling city, like where the crucifixion would have taken place. And yet, Jesus knew that would be the sign that Simon Peter had denied him for the third time that day. As the cock crows, I should have wrote down the exact verse,
Yeah, that
but
was,
I'm not.
Yeah,
But I
3
didn't.
times before the cock crows.
Right. So he's trying to make a point. He's trying to be very
Very poignant.
dramatic
Yeah.
here. Dwight pauses for dramatic effects. Let the congregation imagine this.
Yeah. Come with me.
He's a showman.
Yes. And she likes it. She's into it.
And then out of nowhere, Blanche stands up in the back of the church and let everyone know that she's heard a rooster have a call in the city before.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She even know there are people in the city that keep roosters.
Yes, that's true.
And you hear them.
Yes.
But she needs to interrupt the sermon to tell everyone.
Yeah, falser. That is false.
She
It is, roosters are very common in cities. I will have you know.
I know, but it's just like,
I know.
okay.
It is so petty.
It's weird. This is the first time that the Reverend Dwight Moore would lay eyes on a now 52-year-old Blanche Taylor in all her Sunday glory. Made it itch a little in his pants. Kind of liked what he saw. Blanche was so striking that after service, the Reverend Dwight made it a point to seek Blanche out and introduce himself during Sunday breakfast.
Oh, God. Poor man. Run! Run!
No, seriously. Run, Dwight. Run.
Right?
I know what's going to happen to you.
Ugh.
Jeannie knows what's going to happen
Yeah,
to you.
we all know. But why don't you?
We would very much not like it to happen to you.
Yeah.
But during their introduction, somebody in the congregation made a joke to Dwight that, don't waste your time on Temperate, she's married. Blanche is the single one, Past Reverend.
Sealing his fate.
Well, she was soon to be widowed, but there's no need to talk about that now.
Oh my god. Right? Poor man.
Well, Dwight is very diplomatic. He said, well, they were both so attractive that, of course, they're sisters.
Flatterer.
And
he's sweet on her.
And after that introduction, he walked away in glad hand with the rest of the congregation, but mission accomplished. Contact has been made.
Oh my god.
And as he walked away to greet the rest of his congregants, Blanche had her beady little bird eyes on that ass as it twitched down the hall
Oh
to
my
the
God.
prayer breakfast.
Mine on mine.
That pastoral ass.
Oh my god.
She's such a pervert.
Yeah.
Not because she looked at a man's ass. Lord knows I've looked at plenty. But just something about leering at the pastor's
I know.
ass in church.
In church. In church.
The prayer breakfast.
Right? Breaking bread with these people.
Service.
Easter.
Sunrise service.
Church. At church.
Just all of the wrong. It's like, And let's see the dick on Pastor Dwight.
Ew.
You know she was thinking it.
Oh, totally.
About a week after meeting Blanche, Dwight couldn't stop thinking about her. Dwight is a very sweet, sad, and desperate man.
She has a type.
So he decided to pay her a pastoral visit.
Oh my god.
Wink. Dropping by as a pastor.
Yeah, for the sake of your soul, my sister.
Can I pray for you?
Exactly.
With my dick. I'd very the Lord needs your hands on my dick during this prayer. Now, like, I don't have, an issue with men of the cloth having romantic lives. I really don't. I don't.
Yeah.
I think it's fucked up that they forced them to be celibate, and if you would let these people have partners and live out loud and fuck, they wouldn't have some of the problems that they have with children.
Yeah. Not just children.
Just
anybody.
Yeah.
Their flock.
It would solve a lot of problems if they were allowed to have normal romantic human companionship.
Yes, that would be
Is
very
what I'm
helpful.
saying.
It really would.
I just don't want it to be with Blanche.
I know.
I just don't.
because it's so,
I want him to find another.
someone who wouldn't do it at church while people are there.
I'm telling you.
I'm not in charge of what a pastor does by himself and with his willing adult
No.
and his own sanctuary. It's just when the Easter crowd is there, shame on you.
Now,
Ugh.
I am not particularly religious, but as a Baptist, this is the first time I've ever wished that we made our pastors be celibate. I've never wished such a thing in my life, but in this moment, right now, I kind of wish we sequestered them off.
Yeah.
Only for this one, though.
Yeah.
Every other time, I'm glad that they're allowed to have it.
And it's none of our business.
Right. It just cuts down on the problems.
It does.
It doesn't even eliminate it. It just cuts it down a bit.
Yes.
Just let them live.
Yeah.
So, the Reverend Dwight Moore, Reverend Dwight William Moore.
Oh my god. Dwight William Moore.
Dwight William.
Dwight.
Dwight.
Dwight William Moore.
It's also the most British name, but also one of the most American names
It
I've
is.
ever heard. All at the same time.
I can't take the Dwight.
And he was born on July 15th, 1935. And spent his youth growing up in a tiny house on his father's tobacco farm in Rockingham, North Carolina.
Wow.
After graduating high school, Dwight attended Bible college in
Oh
Cleveland.
my goodness. Ooh, Cleveland.
Hey.
That is a change of scenery.
It is.
That's like, hello, winter.
Right?
Yeah.
But you know what?
He's felt the frost, but he's never been in an Ohio winter.
But you know what? After like a lifetime of like watching the burning embers of the cure pit for the tobacco leaves,
Yes.
maybe cold weather felt nice.
Maybe. Maybe. I hope he enjoyed it.
After he did Bible college in Cleveland, he returned to North Carolina to attend Eton College, just outside Burlington.
Oh.
And that's where Dwight would meet his first wife, Laureen.
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 All right, I got it out of my system. Thank you.
Laureen was there studying music. And after they graduated, Dwight moved on to divinity school at Duke University.
Oh, wow.
He is a very learned pastor.
Yeah.
Talk about understanding the philosophy of your faith. Good God.
Yeah.
He got
like Bible college,
Divinity
regular
school.
college, divinity. Yeah. And then Duke. Yeah. Is he a doctor?
I think he is like some sort of doctor pastor.
I respect that.
I mean, hey, you like it, I love it.
Yeah.
I ain't got no beef with Reverend Dwight.
Yeah. It's the autodidact pastors I have a problem with.
Right?
If you went to college for it, I'll hear you out.
You maybe put some thought into it.
Exactly.
You're not just out here standing on the street corner.
Other people's opinions.
Yeah, you're not just standing on the street corner going, do it my way!
My PP told me to tell you the women aren't sleeping with me and they need to pay for it. Which it comes down to.
Yeah. So his college experience made Dwight a very complicated man and a good pastor. He was strong in his faith, but left plenty of room to navigate the choppy waters of the modern world with his flock. He is not a pray the problem away kind of guy. He will pray with you and help you find practical solutions to your problem.
Yeah.
But he says you should use faith to help you through the logical decision.
Yeah.
I think that's a good pastor.
That's a great pastor, actually.
After college, Dwight would find work as the head pastor. How's your head? Ha ha ha.
No complaint.
Of a small Baptist church in Virginia. At some point, Dwight started up an affair with his receptionist.
Damn it. Dwight, I was cheering for you.
For 16 years.
Oh.
He is a loyal hoe. He will fuck around with you, but only with one person for a profoundly long period of time.
But the promises he must have made her.
They made each other, girl. We'll get through in a minute. These motherfuckers are deluded.
Excellent.
After spending so much time living and loving in secret, Dwight and his paramour decided that it was time to come clean to their families.
Oh my god. And their families are going to be so bored and like, duh, we knew.
This is the plan.
Yeah.
The way they see it. Dwight's going to take his wife to lunch and update her to the situation.
Oh my god, spring out on her in public.
After some time to absorb the news, Laureen and their 2 kids would move out of the parsonage. Laureen is a teacher, and she's a music teacher. And
Makes sense.
because, a pastor's salary is not as much as a teacher's salary generally, like at small churches like these. That's why they give you a place to live.
Yeah.
She would be better equipped to rent a house, an apartment, than Dwight. So once Laureen and the children had left, the receptionist would leave her husband and her children.
Oh god.
And move into the parsonage with Dwight.
Oh my god.
And,
Easy peasy.
And from there, the congregation would just accept somehow that they had divine love. And they would just keep it pushing only with this lady as his wife instead of Lorene. And it's really quite simple.
This is gonna go flawlessly.
Yeah. It's a very simple plan. It's very well thought out.
Simple indeed.
Everybody will behave exactly the way that I imagine.
Human nature is so predictable.
And everything will just be fine.
Wishes and farts and unicorn skittles. I don't know.
Within hours of telling the board of his church, Dwight was fired.
You idiot.
To add insult to injury, seeing Dwight get fired so fast made this bitch rethink blowing up her life. And
First spark of intelligence this lady has had in a while.
And she reconciled with her husband.
Let me defuse this bomb that I set in motion.
Abort! Abort! The plan is not working.
Frank, I love ya. Frank, I love ya. Let me make you dinner.
Abort mission. Abort mission. So yeah, she decided not to blow up her life. Within 10 days of the announcement of the affair, Dwight was asked to leave his church after the funeral service of his oldest parishioner.
Oh my god.
This poor person just happened to die. And they said, we give you one last funeral and you out. You out.
End on an ending.
And Dwight had the nerve to be upset that he had to stick around for 10 days. Because the person that passed away had family scattered. Yeah. And it took them time to be there. But it said in the will that he wanted Reverend Dwight to do the service. So he's kind of stuck. And he's got to wait for all these people to get there. So that
stewing in his anger.
They kicked him out of the parsonage.
Well, yes.
He had to stay with a parishioner.
Oh my god. And still do this job.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, once the service was over, they was like, why are you here?
Yeah. You are unemployed.
It would take some time, but Dwight would rebuild himself as a pastor, and that process is what led him to become the pastor at the tiny church where he met Blanche.
Okay.
Very long redemption arc.
Yeah.
Crises of faith, plenty of self-pity. He doesn't understand how the plan could have gone so wrong.
Oh, God.
Nobody acted like I imagined at all.
How dare they? They got the plan wrong.
How could they?
I know. They're so rude.
How could I misjudge the situation so wrong?
Boggles the mind. Thwarted again by the universe. The God's unyielding fist. My plan was flawless otherwise.
Like, Dwight really is, like, self-pitying the fuck out of himself right now.
Good. I don't know. Let him.
It's just funny as hell. It's like, how did you think this was going to go?
Lack of imagination. It's fatal, I tell you.
All these very kind, very dull men.
She has a type. She can sniff them out. Or else they were being mass manufactured.
There's just something about these nice, dull men that are a little bit flawed, but not bad people. And she just...
True.
She just gets them.
And they love her.
She's like catnip.
Oh.
While Dwight finds himself smitten with Blanche,
Good God.
Raymond is trying to take his relationship with her to the next level.
Oh no.
Trying to put a ring on it.
Oh no. She's already moved on, Raymond. She's moved on twice over.
Yeah, because she didn't marry you after James died either.
Yeah.
It's been like a decade.
Yeah.
And now. But that's the only thing that'll settle down her nervous high-strungness.
Marriage is what brings two opposites together.
Right.
It's not gonna work, dear.
He even went as far as to buy her a very expensive, not quite engagement ring.
Yeah. A test the waters ring.
And pay for a 2-week trip to Florida.
Ooh.
Sarasota.
Sunny Florida. Sarasota.
They went to Sarasota, Florida for 2 weeks.
If he really loved her, it would have been Miami. If he really, really loved her.
Miami is far too spicy for these people.
That's so true.
Even then, Golden Girls era Miami was too much for them. Raymond would not have been able to take it. Sarasota, it is.
It's what I can handle.
Well, and he probably still was like, but why don't I have a TV dinner? Like,
Oh, God.
We got him out the state.
Not even Orlando.
No, Sarasota.
Maybe they're beach people. I'll give them that.
Girl, for 2 weeks, they were beachcombers by day, went dancing at night.
That's nice. That's a good time in Sarasota, Florida.
I mean, sure.
That's what it's for. That's why Sarasota became.
They ate the blandest food, had the most all-rightest of times.
The most adequate of sex.
Yeah, like that's what their vacation sounds like to me.
It's like straight out of a cardboard box.
A few days after getting these loving and thoughtful gifts for Raymond, she had her first date with Dwight.
She moves quick.
She on a schedule,
She works
girl.
Fast.
That Florida trip is in 3 weeks. Gotta get this other
Gotta
fish
lay
on-
this groundwork.
Get this other fish on the hook quick.
Gotta get him good and interested before I disappear for a couple weeks.
Right?
Exactly.
Their first date was over ice cream at a chain restaurant of the name of which I didn't write down.
Oh my God, Richie Cunningham.
No, it was called Mayberry's.
No.
It's a regional chain restaurant. The Andy Griffith town of Mayberry is supposed to be in North Carolina.
Yes.
So they went to a Mayberry's.
That's too funny.
For ice cream.
It's so corny. This is such a corny date for people in their, 60s, 50s?
Blanche is 52.
Yeah.
Dwight's like 55, 56.
They went for ice cream.
This is very...
Like a couple of teenagers.
Yes. Liv very chaste.
She likes the slow burn.
As they talked about religion, and it was clear that Blanche was much more of a fundamentalist than Dwight. But
Straight from the TV.
But he was so taken with her
Oh no.
that he felt her form of Baptist witchcraft could be overlooked. That laying on the hands.
Yeah, speaking in tongues.
Blanche ain't been a step and a half away from being a full-on stake handler. You know that, right?
Yeah.
In the religious aspect. Like, she doesn't do that.
On the scale of fundamentalism.
Yeah, she's like...
I know her kind.
Like, three dots removed.
Yeah.
Full-on snake handling and shit like that.
Or she went to the main church in town.
Right, and Dwight's, educated pastor. He is her maid. He thinks about his faith.
Yes.
Deeply.
Yes, he does.
Frequently.
He has several certifications and degrees in the subject. Thank you.
Let's say, I think about my faith deeply.
Yes. By God.
But you know what? He can get over that. He can get past the old-time religion.
Yeah.
Okay. He's open-minded. Back at work, Blanche was telling people that there is a strong possibility that she may remarry in a few years.
Oh my goodness.
Everybody's like, you and Raymond? Are you finally going to do
Are you going to make him an honest man?
Blanche said, hell no. I'm going to marry Raymond. I'm going to marry somebody at a higher station in life.
Oh my
than
God.
Raymond.
Man, close to God.
No. I'm going to marry me a preacher man.
Oh my God.
The only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. Well, it's the actual preacher man, but it's the only one I got.
It works. It works.
She will get her a preacher man. A few days after telling coworkers that Raymond Reed wasn't from a high enough station.
I am looking for spiritual power.
This is as she's packing for their 2-week trip to
Oh
Sarasota.
my
She is packing and talking mad papas on the other side.
Oh my god.
Mad shit. Like, Blanche, he is about to take you to Sarasota.
Just have a nice time at the beach.
Sarasota. But wherever, like I said, they were beachcombers by day, dancing at night. The only hiccup to their vacation was they got a call from Kevin Denton.
Oh no. Oh no. Kevin returns.
He asked Blanche if he could transfer her to another store temporarily because she's just really good at training cashiers.
Mm-hmm.
And she said no. I don't want to be separated from Raymond.
Uh-oh.
Ever.
Oh no, Raymond, run.
He can't.
Oh no.
You know he's a soft, doughy man. Raymond Reed
True.
doesn't run. I don't think Raymond Reed ever ran. Even as a child, he wanted an abacus.
Oh my god.
He just seems like that kind of
Literally
dude.
lacks the ability.
He like that kind of dude that I've never done a strenuous thing in my life.
I wouldn't know where to begin.
No. I lift my own body weight. That's all I'll ever do.
Exactly.
When they got back from Florida, Raymond begged Blanche to marry him. I need to settle you down.
That's sad.
Please stop being a weirdo.
Oh my god.
If I marry you, it'll make the madness stop.
Oh.
It's what you want. It's what women want, right? Make the madness stop. If I marry
This
you, it'll
is
stop.
a Blanche. This is no woman.
Blanche once again declined. One of the first calls Blanche made when she got back home from Florida was to make arrangements for another date with the Reverend Dwight.
Oh my god. She is very successful at setting goals and achieving them.
Like, she
She's
can get
got
your
a
life together.
targeting device.
Like,
yeah.
if she used her powers for good,
Yeah, that would have been nice.
Blanche can get your life together. She can teach you how to get shit done.
Yeah.
She is singular.
She has
and
a knack.
She is singular and focused, and she always gets the job done,
She does.
no matter how long it takes.
See it through.
Their second date was to a botanical garden.
Oh, that's nice.
I feel like that's the right date for these mid-50s
Yeah.
people from the 30s. Like, that
Exactly.
feels like the
That's
right...
a pretty good date all around.
Right, but at our age now, because we're closer to that age than not,
Yeah.
that still feels like an old people date, even now.
Yeah, it's grown up.
Like,
It's not the ice cream parlor.
right.
Yeah.
Which is weird. But, as they're going around the botanical garden, Blanche explained to Dwight that she was being sexually harassed at work, and she was about to file suit.
I need your moral support in this difficult time.
No, she said, are you sure you want to get caught up with me?
Oh my god.
You are a preacher man.
Yeah, this is a move.
This could be a scandal.
Yeah. Protect me.
But
I'm a
Dwight-
damsel in distress.
No, she's not looking for that.
Really?
She's like trying to put it like, no.
Mm-hmm.
I'm no good for you. Your reputation.
Yeah.
I don't want to blow back on you. This is my cross to bear alone.
No. But this is a manipulation, though.
Oh, it is a manipulation, but Blanche is a lot of things, but she does not like to portray herself as weak.
Fair.
So that's what, like, this isn't like, oh, come save me. It's like,
Yeah.
I have to weather the storm, and I'm so strong that I'll make sure you don't get it. Don't get it. I'll save you, Dwight.
Yeah. Let me save you from me.
But Dwight was like, I'm a pastor.
Yeah.
I have heard this type of thing and weirder before.
Yes. I have no doubt.
Maybe not this exact situation where you're taking on a grocery store, but I've heard about people being sick. I'm a man of the world
Yes.
and a man of the cloth.
Yes. I'm
So-
learned.
And look at all of my...
I've been to frat parties.
I went to Duke, bitch.
Exactly.
And I got a certificate that says he knows the Lord.
He does, officially.
And so he reassured her that he could manage his reputation or anything like that on his own. She didn't need to worry about him.
Yes, you're a strong woman, I am a strong man.
And I can support you through this. Later, in therapy, sometimes these things don't sound as funny when I'm writing it, but when I say it out loud, it's like, later,
in therapy. I feel like we should be hearing that more often.
Later,
in therapy.
Blanche lamented to her therapist that men were only good until you married them. Once they had you, all their ugly truths start coming.
The therapist was like,
Cincinnati. Sarah didn't say shit, just got scared.
Blanche in therapy is really
The therapist left that dictaphone on for evidence in case something happened.
right. And instructions: if I don't come out of there at 5:01 sharp,
But no, this is
send help.
This is a tight 45-minute session, bitch. A tight 45.
Not a minute longer. Never leave me alone with her.
And Blanche swore that with James, she didn't know anything about his gambling and drinking problems until she married him.
Okay.
Like, she lamented feeling bad about rejecting Raymond recently.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he wanted to see her outside of work, she'd been turning him down because she had plans with Dwight.
Raymond, take your luck. Run!
And after 10 years of dating, Blanche said that she knew it was time to let Raymond go.
Uh-oh.
But she didn't want to hurt his feelings.
Oh, no.
She didn't want to hurt nobody.
Bullshit. She's such a terrible liar.
Now, a few days after they got back from their Florida vacation, Blanche went to Kevin's office, where she told him that she was done with Raymond. Before showing Kevin one of those dirty tourist tchotchkes.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like those like little weird little dirty animated box things. Where it's
Yeah,
like,
when you turn it upside down, the ladies' clothes go away.
or like, no, this one was...
Or is it like one of those Viewmaster things?
It was like one of those Viewmaster things.
Yes! Oh my god!
And you looked at it was a guy laying on the ground with a boner, and
Yeah.
there was a woman on a ceiling fan, and when you
In
clicked the
3D.
thing, she was like slowly being lowered onto the boner.
Yeah.
And it said like, I lost my ass in Sarasota or some stuff.
my God.
Like, it's just like
I got you something.
it's like a weird, dirty tourist tchotchke.
That's hilarious.
I wonder if Raymond knew she had that. Yeah, she probably shoplifted it.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Even though at no point in the story does she seem to have outside of the minor embezzlements, but
She would.
I just feel like she wouldn't want Raymond to see her purchasing that,
Yeah.
or she wouldn't ask him to buy it. So she shows Kevin his dirty tourist, stupid fucking thing. And when Kevin asked Blanche what she thought of this naughty little tourist tchotchke,
Oh my god.
Blanche coyly told him that there are all kinds of ways to get turned on.
She's the worst.
Then Blanche told Kevin that because of an upcoming meeting, remember there are district stores, so all the other stores in the area come to this store for like the big quarterly meetings.
Yeah.
That type of shit. So because the next day they were going to have one of these meetings in like the next couple of days, Blanche told Kevin, you know, I'll be working late to get ready for the zone meeting.
Oh my god, not the zone meeting.
At the zone meeting, bitch. And Kevin's like, oh yeah? I too may be working late
Oh,
for the zone.
for the zone meeting.
So it won't be strange to run into each other after hours. Because we just need to prepare for the zone meeting. Bow, chicka, bow, bow, bow.
You arrived at a zone meeting.
In the Kroger.
I know, always in public. Before a conference.
It's just like, yeah, we're gonna fuck in a Kroger. It sounds so nasty. And not like in the fun way.
I know.
Like gross.
And in the background, there's just a slightly rotting fruit smell.
Right, and like bad fluorescent lighting. Nobody's gonna look hot. Like,
It's just like, no, you get off on doing this to other people.
yeah,
You do it because it's nasty to do that in someone's workplace. They're just trying to work, you assholes.
It's the meat department, sir. Not your meat, just other meat. Get it out of here.
Disrespectful.
Now, on October 15th, 1985, Blanche was working in the front office of the store. So there's like a front office, and then like you go upstairs, there's like the conference room and other offices. After she's getting the conference room ready at the front of the store. Then Blanche announced that she was going upstairs to the offices to get the other room ready for the meeting. Very weird. Just go do it.
Why are you making an announcement? I know.
As she made her way up the stairs, Blanche made it a point to tell another co-manager, I'll be upstairs in the conference room if anyone needs me. I'm establishing a chain of events of exactly where I'm going to be after hours. Everyone knows where I'm going. Up to the conference rooms.
Okay.
Everyone's like, what's up with this goofy bitch?
I guess Blanche is going to the conference room.
Like, okay. Bye. Bird lady. Then Blanche grabbed a stock boy and asked him for help because she needed to get the upstairs conference room ready.
Okay. Run, stock boy, run.
In the conference room, Blanche had the stock boy help her move some boxes of uniforms and some other odds and ends into a storage closet.
Okay. Huh.
Once the boxes were gone, the floor was swept. Blanche told the stock boy that he could leave and she could finish the rest on her own. Then she took her purse downstairs to the lockers, took her car keys out, put them in her pocket, but locked up her purse. Then she walked back upstairs to the conference room. Around this time, Kevin arrived at the store. He was dressed casually. He had on his a button-up shirt and a tie, but something that's a little more like looser slacks. So, this is his version of business casual.
Yeah.
You know, so he's got on like not quite sweats, but more comfortable pants.
Yeah.
And the tie. He always needs the tie. He needs people to know who's in charge.
Yes.
So he's going up to the office and he tells one of the co-managers, I'll be upstairs in the conference room working on some papers for the meeting tomorrow.
Yes.
So, when he walked into the conference room, Blanche was already there sorting through a jumble of uniforms that were in the corner. When Kevin came into the room, Blanche was holding a pair of ladies' XXL uniform pants.
Yes.
Kevin made a joke about the pants being big-butted.
Yeah, that happens with the double XL.
Do we need pants that big-butted for the women that work at Kroger?
Yes.
We got a big-butted bitches at Kroger.
It was a simpler time. It was a dumber time.
And then Blanche turns around and she looks at Kevin and she's making obvious that she's looking at his butt. He's sitting down and she's like, mm-hmm. And she said, let's find out.
You put these on.
And so Kevin stands up kicks his shoes off.
Oh my god.
He makes a big show about like unbuckling his pants, like whoosh. And since the pants were already kind of loose, he just let them fall to his ankles. Stepped out of them.
He's living his fantasy.
He's looking at Blanche in the eyes, and he's giving her like a half joking, half come hither. You know you want it. You know you want it. And now he's doing this stupid little dance. Ow! Yeah! Get it!
He will never learn.
Once Kevin has his pants off, he puts on the women's pants.
No.
And he pulls them up way up as far as he can go so you can see that male camel toe.
Yeah.
It's out there. And he's still dancing. Woohoo! Yeah! Let's get it. Then he's going to take off the ladies' pants.
Yes.
When he pulls down the ladies' pants, he takes his underwear off too.
Okay.
Now he's standing there naked from the waist down with his rock hard dick in his hand.
As you do.
And then he looks at Blanche and says, "Don't you want some of this white stuff?"
Oh my god.
Children with adult bodies, I swear for God.
I know. Cringy children.
It was a simpler time. It was a dumber time.
It sounds like, it really does sound like a scene out of Family Guy. This is like Quagmire. It's just so weird.
Giggity.
Weird and horny.
Did I mention that all of these people are married and have children, so they have had sex before?
They have. And they're old.
Way too old for this.
I know, right?
And so then Blanche smiles at him coyly and says, as much as I can get. But let me make sure the coast is clear. So she kind of tiptoes out of the room, tiptoes downstairs. At the bottom of the stairs, there's an employee break room. There's a
Always at work.
There's a cashier in the break room. But Blanche didn't say anything to her. Blanche just came in the room, looked around, and then turned around and went upstairs like she had forgot something. And so this cashier is weird and I don't want no parts of whatever the fuck Blanche is up to.
Exactly.
I'm gonna drink this soda elsewhere. I don't need to be in here. There's other places I can be.
I don't like this. This doesn't feel right.
When Blanche came back to the conference room, Kevin's still there, rock hard, dick in hand.
Ugh. Oh my god.
Muttering to himself, like, give her some of that hot milk. Get. Fuck the bird.
He's out of his mind. At work.
He's ready to get it in, girl. He is ready.
He's so juvenile.
They have been teasing this for years.
He's lost his fucking mind.
They have watched weird negative porn together.
I know, just tease.
They've rubbed bits.
Yeah.
He's put his boner on her butt.
I'm telling you, he's Quagmire.
She let him rub the puss. She let him flick the nipple.
Yeah.
He's been ready for a while.
Right?
And so, when Blanche out of nowhere, as Kevin's talking about his hot milk, Blanche turns off the lights.
Yeah.
Grabs all of the clothes off of the floor.
Yes.
And runs out of the room. Leaving a very confused Kevin Denton rock hard pre-coming and not understanding what just happened.
That is so mean. That is so fucked up.
I imagine it's like the last episode of like Righteous Gemstones. Daddy Kane! Daddy Kane! Just let that horny old stupid man standing there holding his dick and then ran off with his clothes. And the lady's pants. She took it all.
That is... That's like the level of maturity never goes above 14 in this story. Not once.
So, Well, Kevin, because he's stupid. Kevin is a profoundly stupid man.
I mean, yes, clearly.
I would say
he's
pig,
incapable of learning.
I would say pig ignorant, but that's an insult to pigs.
It
They
is.
give us so much.
I know, this lady has fucked him over so many times.
And so he's just like standing there like, what happened? Blanche calls to him from the other side of the door and tells him, Kevin, I got your clothes and I'm leaving. And you've treated me like a goddamn whore for the last time.
Oh my God.
Then she ran down the stairs. She threw the women's uniform pants in the trash can.
Mm-hmm.
Then, as she's running out the store, she fishes his wallet out of his pants pocket and throws the wallet into the front office. All the while screaming, call someone! Mr. Denton is up there naked!
Oh my God.
Screeching through the store.
Wow.
Before she gets out to the parking lot, peels out, and heads straight to her lawyer's office.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, back in the conference room, it's dawning on Kevin Denton that this is a problem. It took him a minute.
Oh.
I told you he's a profoundly ignorant and dumb man.
Yeah.
And he's starting to feel, I think she set me up.
Oh no. Yes, dude.
Kevin turned on the lights. He tried to go to the storage locker, but they were all locked. Blanche had the stock boy move all the uniform boxes.
That's right.
And then she locked all the cabinets. And stole his clothes.
With malice aforethought. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes. She had probably been priming him for this.
Yeah.
For years.
Oh my God.
Like, I don't know when she formulated this daffy plot specifically.
I know.
But it feels like she was ramping him up to something.
Yeah.
So.
She was so ready, so thorough. And you're right, it is daffy. That is such a great, description of this plot.
Like, who does that? I mean, clearly Blanche, but
I know,
what
but
is wrong
still.
with you that you even think to
Yes.
do that?
How could you make that an ABC?
Like, this is the kind of shit that only happened in the movie 9 to 5.
Yeah.
This is not supposed to happen for real.
Yeah, this is a fantasy. Is
So-
this the real world?
Kevin went to the conference room window and overlooks the meat department. So he's banging on that window trying to get the attention of somebody in the meat department.
Yeah.
But they can't hear him because all the meat machines.
Yeah.
They got that big walk-in freezer that has that
Yeah.
hum, and then they got all their meat machines going
Yeah.
fairly constantly. So they can't hear him going, hey!
Oh my God.
Hey!
Oh.
So since that didn't work, he had to go downstairs naked
Oh my
from the
God.
waist down. He caught a break that nobody was in the break room. He got lucky there.
Yes. Very.
And then poke his head into the door of the meat department. Give me a smock. Give me one now.
Oh my God. Give me 2 smocks.
He put the smock on, straightened up his shirt tails, cinched up that tie good and tight, put on that smock, and walked his ass out the store to his car,
Oh my God.
giving anybody behind him an ample view.
Oh my God.
Ass everywhere, just out there,
Oh my God.
just out there.
Man. It sounds so unreal.
She just left that man like that and went to her lawyers.
I can't get over, as soon as he gets his hands on some sort of clothing, that apron, he just beeline, get out of here, get in my car.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Who cares who sees this updraft?
And that is where we'll
Oh my
leave
God.
you.
That poor
The
man.
continuing saga of Blanche.
The rampage.
More. The revenge! I don't even know what the fuck.
This is a rampage. It's a rampage.
And on that note, I've been Samara.
And I've been Jeannie.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next week on Talk Deadly to Me.